What's up, guys? How you all are doing? This is yours truly, Empress Chaz. C. Wormington, aka All That Chaz, aka Lucas Slayer. I've been very busy and extremely exhausted. I'm still tired, as you all can see in my face. My mom is finally home from the hospital. It's from yesterday, so she's been home since yesterday. And been trying to take care of her while battling my illnesses. It's been rough, and my son, bless his heart, he's been stepping up and taking his position. But I wanted to talk to you guys about oh, when protesting against racial injustices goes wrong, and it has gone completely wrong on so many levels. You have like people dying. You have news reporters dying, being killed, being arrested, wrongfully arrested, when it's clear that they're doing their jobs. And I noticed that in Minnesota, it's like they're not like the message still isn't getting clear to them about the racial discrimination and injustice, because they decided that they're going to arrest the news reporter for CNN, the journalist, knowing that he's there covering a story. He proved himself, he proved his credentials, and all they had to do was pull up CNN and they would have seen that this man is legit. But they decided they wanted to arrest him anyway. Well, handcuffed him and put him under restraint because he's a melanin person. We understand that when it comes to facing racism, racist people become more aggressive, they become more volatile, they become more desperate as well. So this is going all wrong. And we will say this, as a melanin person myself, of course, you can see that clear as day. Being a parent, a single mother of a melanin child who has been racially discriminated against. So for me, myself, who has experienced racial discrimination myself on a massive level, whether it was messing with my education and, messing with my grades in school, my son being racially profiled and pulled over by a racist cop because he didn't like his hair, his dreadlocks, and his music that he was playing. This hits very close to home. And we have to say to the parents out there, especially parents of melanin children, especially melanin young men, listen, you need to get a hold of your child, of your children. Don't let them go out here rioting, acting a fool, vandalizing people's businesses, vandalizing and breaking into people's properties and destroying people's properties. Don't allow them to do that. If you see them doing it, then it is your obligation to turn that child in, to contact the proper authorities, to let them know, look, I saw my child out there, and my child was one of the people out there destroying property. Now, granted, I know a lot of people are not going to do that because, that's your child. Who wants to see, especially right now with tensions being so high, nobody want to see their child, being restrained, being in handcuffs, and definitely not being in the custody of the cops, because unfortunately it has been a repetitive pattern where when especially melanin men are in the custody of police, it seems like they get beaten, they get killed, all of a sudden, and it's always a fabricated police report as to indicate or to explain why this person has died in their custody, or why this particular situation has occurred, why this person has gotten injured, all of a sudden that they're in police custody, or they have had an interaction or encounter with the police. So I can understand that fear with the parents. But what I will say, being an entrepreneur myself, and seeing all these businesses destroyed. And not only were they destroyed, but these are businesses owned, majority, a lot of the women businesses in Atlanta are owned by minority women. So how is it been, um, how are you protesting and standing up for equality for melanin people when you all are out there destroying melanin owned businesses? That is a problem. That's hypocrisy because there's a lot of people that are not out there for a peaceful protest, and that is misusing this unfortunate, situation, this cold-blooded murder of George Floyd and other victims of police brutality and murdering and racial discrimination by DAs and law enforcement and court people and just racist people. Period. They're using that as an excuse to go out here and loot, break into businesses, steal people's, steal from businesses, destroy and vandalize people, businesses, and property. That is not what this protest is about. And those who are out there doing this, if you know any of these people, y'all asses need to be dialing 911 and reporting them, okay? If you know where they live, you just go ahead and get the cops their address. They get them the attic and just be like, look, this is where they live. I know this person. Stop being so scary. You know what I don't like with melanin people? Melanin people, and I'm going to say this as being a melanin woman and being around I've been around all different cultures, types of, groups of people. But I've been melanin and seeing stuff that I've experienced for the longest since I was a little girl with melanin people. Melanin people has this tendency where they like to pop off at the mouth at each other. They like to talk trash to each other and tell what they're going to do. And they would tell on each other when it benefits them. But when it benefits somebody else, they want to get tight-lipped. Oh, I'm not snitching. That's snitching. Because it doesn't directly affect that person. When something doesn't directly affect some people, they don't want to take any actions to it because they feel like, well, that's not my problem. I don't have nothing to do with that. They don't want to take action to it. But let me tell you, what's going on right now is affecting every single person in this nation. It's going to have a profound effect on every single person in this nation. People, businesses are being destroyed. Small businesses, they are already struggling. And then with this cat's pandemic relief for small businesses, these businesses haven't even received any of the monies that's supposedly been, allotted for small businesses to help keep them afloat and help keep them stable during this, this corona pandemic. A lot of them haven't even received one red cent from them, for this so-called relief fund. They haven't received anything. And knowing that businesses had to be closed because of the pandemic, there are people out here taking advantage of it by using this protest for an innocent man's life who was literally on national TV. Who was seen on national TV worldwide of a cop, a racist ass cop, literally killing this man, suffocating him to death. And I don't understand. And something I want everybody to really take a good note to this. If you look at all of these riots and protests that's going on, something that is very absent in most of these footages are governors of these states. You don't hardly see any of the governors of the states. You'll see the mayor. You might see the attorney general. You might see a chief of police. You might see a fire chief. You might see celebs like here in Atlanta with T.I. and Killer Mike coming for, and expressing their concern and pleading with people to stop acting a damn fool and going out here rioting and killing and acting and destroying people's property, vandalizing people's property and stuff, looting. But in that, I never saw Brian Kemp, the governor of Georgia. Never saw him. Never saw his face. Even people who are running, like people who are running for Congress on this, when June the 9th gets here, it was the 6th or 9th, one of them days, I think it's the 9th, come and they want to be voted. You got people who are running for these political offices, you don't even see their asses out here. You don't see them coming on national TV and expressing any kind of remorse or concern or anything. So this is what I'm saying. When these kind of situations happen, you got to pay attention to the people who are running for office and see how they are handling these situations. See how they are showing any kind of concern about these kind of situations, showing how they are, if they're not concerned about it, if they don't engage, I mean sincerely engage to come towards to the media publicly and to plead with the people, or to try to go and clean up, or to try to take a tour of the devastation and try to come up with a remedy to help these business owners and people who property has been vandalized and destroyed by these rioters and stuff. You got to pay attention to that. See, when you have people, when those kind of people are in office, this kind of stuff happens. This racial injustices happen when you got cops killing innocent people for no reason. And so we got the wrong kind of people in office. And I have to have a lot of admiration for the chief of Atlanta Police, and for Mayor Keisha Bottom, because they have always been in the camera. I haven't even seen the mayor of the city that I live in haven't brought any concern. You know why? Because it's not affecting that mayor directly or her family. And she hasn't even came forward. I haven't hardly seen anybody. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen anybody, any officials, any commissioners, any legislators of Georgia, none of that, or Georgia, DeKalb County, or Gwinnett County. I haven't seen any of these chiefs of police of these other counties or mayors of these other cities come and support Mayor Keisha Bottom, with this pandemic. With this rioting and with this situation. Yeah, law enforcement has come from other counties voluntarily, but these leaders have been very absent. They have been very quiet and very absent. You have to ask yourself why. And see, when you see things like that happen, that shows that these leaders do not care about you. They don't care about your welfare and well-being. They don't care about us as melanin people having this kind of injustice, because if they're really for injustice, they would be present. They would be present. They will voice their opinion. They will be right there supporting Mayor Keisha Bottom and the Chief of Police of APD. They would be there showing their support, giving more support and seeing what they could do. How is it that they can prepare, if in the event a riot tries to happen in their county, about this situation, or, how they can make sure that their police departments are not out here discriminating. And I'm going to tell you, here in Stone Mountain, Georgia, that's where my son was racially discriminated against. And that same cop who racially profiled my son is still on that police force. So that's a problem for me. So, this is the kind of injustices that we see when you see a cop that has clearly shown anger issues, have clearly shown discriminative issues, have clearly shown that he or she has a biased attitude and has the tendency to want to, abuse their authority and want to throw themselves around at people because they have this badge. And you see this and you know that it's a problem, and this isn't the first incident that they have had, and especially when these cops have, because a lot of them bounce from police departments to police departments. Okay, they got, that's why I don't like when they allow them to retire, because then they don't lose their benefits. Now do they not only lose their benefits, but they also get a chance to still get their pensions. And guess who's paying those pensions? Us as taxpayers. We're paying for these cops to go around and kill our melanin people. We're paying for these leaders and officials to sit on their asses and do nothing about it, and not address these racial injustices in their cities, in their counties, and in their jurisdictions. And it is absolutely unfair. We shouldn't have to be dealing with this. We shouldn't have to be struggling and going through this. But unfortunately, this is the reality that we live in. And you know why? because we have leaders in these political offices, in these government offices that are doing this kind of stuff. So that are allowing it. They're not trying to address it. They're not trying to stand up against it. They're not doing anything about it. So I see this, I watch this. So when it comes time to vote, I'm not voting for any of them, which I didn't vote for them anyway. I never voted for them anywho. But I'm just saying, this even solidifies why I didn't vote for them, because I'm seeing how they have been so absent and they have not shown any kind of support to Mayor Keisha Bottom at all. They're not showing her any support. I mean, like even Miss Bernice King, Reverend Bernice King, which I understand because her father, Dr. Martin Luther King, I don't even like to say the late Dr. Martin Luther King because his spirit still lives. How, he marched for civil rights, the Jesse Jacksons and Al Sharptoners, which I haven't even seen him in. And surprised I haven't even seen Reverend Al Sharptoner in the spotlight. I thought that if anything, he'll be there standing behind, Mayor Keisha Bottom. But I'm just saying, like, I watch stuff like that, and I pay attention to that. So I say that all of that to say, for parents, if you see your children out here acting a damn fool, you see family members, you see relatives out here acting a damn fool, and they out here vandalizing these buildings and people, property and stuff, and looting and all of that, you should be the heart of Atlanta. As a matter of fact, that shows where your real principles and morals lies. It shows if you really a person of integrity, because you got a lot of people be like, oh, I'm a person of integrity. Yeah, but on what condition? On what condition? Because I kid you not, if I see my child out there doing that stupid mess, oh, I'm pulling up. And I'm pulling up and I'm going to show my ass on him. Okay? I don't care. I didn't raise you like this, and you ain't finna be out here acting no damn fool, trying to follow and go with the bandwagon in the crowd. And I'm just seeing all of these teens just wild and free, and I don't see any of these parents. I haven't seen a parent yet to come forward to say, look, this is my child was a part of this. I want my child to make a public apology and apologize for vandalizing this. None of these parents, I'm not seeing any of the parents doing it. Why? Because they don't respect other people's property, and it doesn't directly affect them, so they think. As long as you're melanin, you're going to be affected. It can affect you directly. It can. Because you're not protesting against it in a constructive way. Your children are not out there protesting in a constructive manner. They out there looting. They're breaking into people's businesses. They're vandalizing people's business. They're stealing people's property and stuff out of their business. Are you kidding me? These businesses are owned by minorities. What is considered minorities, even though we are not the minority. Okay, we're really not. But anywho, since that's what they want to label and stuff like that, that's on them. But I don't consider myself a minority. Nothing minor about me. My God who created me is great and grand. Okay, so that makes me great and grand. But anywho, they're out here destroying these small independent businesses that are owned by melanin women, and I bet a lot of them are single parents. They're probably single parents, like a lot of these single parents children that was out there vandalizing and looting and stuff. They may have single parents. So if you already understand the struggle, why would you sit up there and condone it and if you see your child out here acting a damn fool and vandalizing and looting and destroying people's property, why would you not say anything? I can't sit back and do that. It's not, oh, well, I don't want my child to get in trouble and stuff like that. Guess what? Your child already is in trouble, because I'm going to tell you what's going to end up happening. It's going to be worse for your child if they because I'm telling you now, and the chief of APD has already said it. They're going through all of the videotapes. All the video footage, because people put everything on social media. You saw everybody with their phones up. Let me tell you, it's on social media. And they already have been on it. They have a whole team that's going through all of these video footages. They're blowing them up. They're getting clear images of people. They're scanning people. They're looking for tattoos. They're looking at clothing. They're looking at everything. And I'm going to tell you, God forbid that if your child has been out there acting a damn fool, looting and vandalizing people's property, stealing people's property and stuff like that, breaking into these businesses and doing all this crazy stuff, and they get found by the cops while they're out and about, it's going to be bad for you. And then if you as the parent, if they see that you have any of those properties, any of those stolen goods in your possession in your home, you allow your children to keep these stolen possessions, that's going to make your ass an accessory. Do you not realize that? It makes you an accessory. So if you know your child has been out there doing all this looting, has been vandalizing businesses and stuff, and you don't come forward, that makes you an accessory, honey. You're not going to get no free ride because you knew and you didn't come forward. Because guess what? They're going to hold your ass accountable too, parents. Yes, check the law. Check the law. It's called an accessory, you know. It's called being an accessory. If you know somebody stole something and you buy it from them anyway, you buy it off of them or you accept it as a gift and you know for a fact that it's stolen because you know they didn't buy it. You see, and especially if you see it on TV and you see that they doing all this rioting and looting and stuff, and it just so happened that one of the boutiques and stores that got looted, all of a sudden your child is coming and have that kind of merchandise. Like, come on. Don't be stupid. And then we know these businesses were closed. So how did they get property from this business that's been closed? Your ass going to go down too. You're going down too. So you can protect your child. Go ahead. Be a good parent, as we call it. Protect your child. But guess what? When the shit hits the fan, it's going to hit you too. It's going to fly all over you. You're going to get all of it on your face too. Because APD is very aggressive. That's one thing I missed about. If the city wasn't so damn expensive to live in, I wouldn't mind living in it. But they're too expensive, so I'd rather live on the outskirts of ATL. But I'm gonna tell you, ATL has always been very aggressive, and I've had some run-ins. Only like twice with two aggressive APDs and stuff like that. One of them, he was very rude and disrespectful, and I don't know what he was on, but he was very rude and disrespectful. And he's a melanin cop, but he was on I guess he was on his rack that day. I don't know what the hell was going on with him, but you know, he was rude. But majority of the APDs are not like that. They just don't take no shit. And if you even look at how organized they were, how restrained they were, you think about how they're able to hold their fire. Like, they did not shoot one single bullet. They didn't shoot nobody. They didn't kill anybody. And you look at all of these other police departments and how they structure and how they're quick to want to use, you know, murder. They want to kill. Everything about them is killing, killing, killing. That says a lot about how the APD is trained and the kind of people and their character that are on the APD police department versus some of these other police departments. Because you're not going to see anything like that too much in ATL. I'm not saying that it's never happened, but very, very rarely. And when it did happen, it was addressed and it was done. I can't speak for other counties in Georgia, because I know we had a situation in Cobb County with a racist cop that's on video saying that they only shoot black people. They didn't have to worry when the cop pulled them over, and the cop clearly stated, "Oh, we only shoot black people." Yeah, I wonder is that officer, that cop, still on a police department, even if not in Cobb County, if he working as a cop somewhere else. But see, this is what happens. They just recycle these badass cops and these racist ass cops. And we have to put a stop to it. But I've been telling you, we're not going to be able to put a stop to it by violence. Let me tell you how we can help put a stop to it. I won't even say, because you'll never stop the racism. So let's just be realistic about that. We'll never stop the racism. But what we can do is, when racist people express their racism against somebody through violence, through murder, through demeaningful and dehumanizing manners, they can pay for it. And let me tell you how we can make sure they pay for it. We become those who we want to see in office. If you want a fair judge in office, in the court system, then you become that fair judge. If you want a non-biased DA, or attorney general, or chief of police, or mayor, governor, commissioner, state senator, legislator, whatever, if that's who you want to see, teacher, board of education director, if you want to see these non-biased people in office, then how about you become one of those people? How about you encouraging your children to become one of these people. Start training them up as that, because a lot of parents don't train their children up and to be community leaders and community activists, and to be judges and lawyers and government officials and directors of board of education and of the judicial system. We don't A lot of us don't train our children for that. I didn't train my son to do that, but I trained him to be a charitable person. And I trained him and taught him, if you want change, then you have to be the change that you want. You can't expect change and stay the same or just go with the bandwagon. You have to be the change that you want to damn see. And so until that happens, this kind of stuff may continue on. And it's not going to get no better as long as people who don't give a damn about us and about melanin people are in office. As long as they don't care, we're going to see this kind of stuff happening. And again, if you just look at all of these news reports, if you look at all of this media about all of this rioting and the protesting and stuff that's going on, I want you all to really pay attention to what is absent. You don't see too many families out there. You don't see parents with their children outright protesting peacefully. You don't see the chief. You don't hardly see any of the chiefs of police out there trying to talk to the people. Like APD chief, she actually went into the midst of the protesters. She went into the crowd. She's a real small, petite woman, okay? And her little bitty self was not intimidated. If she was scared, she surely didn't show any fear. She just walked right in the middle of the crowd and she talked with the people and stuff. And then another thing you don't see any mayors, hardly no mayors from other cities out supporting any of the mayors that are coming forward. They're not showing no kind of support. You're not seeing governors of these states coming out showing no support. You're not seeing community activists out showing any support. You're not too many of you see some in some states, but not too many. You don't hardly see any of these commissioners and legislators and senators, Republicans or Democrats and people who are running for these offices that want to be voted for come next month, June. You don't see any of these people out in the forefront. You know why? Because they don't give a damn. It's about just a title and a position for them. They don't care about the people, because if they truly cared about the people, they would be out there. They would be out here protesting in peacefully amongst the rest of those who are protesting peacefully. They'll be out here supporting the mayors and the chief of police in the cities that have been vandalized and that is being rioted. They will be showing support. They'll be present, but they're not. And this is the problem. And this is why these kind of racist injustices and these racist cops go around killing people, innocent melanin people, and getting a slap on the wrist, because they try to charge this man where they only gave Derek a third-degree manslaughter. That was not a third degree. A third-degree manslaughter is when a person acts is reckless and they are unintentionally cause the death of another person. That wasn't the case with him. This man intentionally killed George Floyd. If you look at his face, I did a video. It's on YouTube, and I actually slowed it down where you can actually see where this officer is looking down. I had to slow it up because you can see how he is pulling his knee, strolling his knee and digging his knee down into Mr. Floyd's neck, and he's looking down at him with this little cocky smirk and grin like, yeah, nigga, die, nigga, yeah, I'm gonna kill your ass. And you can see that this man has so much pride in what he's doing. He is glad, he is proudful that he's suffocated the life out of a black person. If you look and you see that this man, for almost 9 consecutive minutes, see, that's another thing. They tried to downplay. They tried to say that it was only 3 minutes or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. 4 minutes there. That's not the point. The point is he wasn't even supposed to be using that kind of hold in the first place. Then in the video, you can see where it's 2 other cops that has their knee into Mr. Floyd's back, and they got him pinned up to the wheel of the SUV. So, it's just so much crap that's just going on. And they try to minimize these cops' charges. And you know why? Because we have cowards and we have racists in these leadership positions. And in order for us to make sure that this kind of stuff is eliminated, we have to become those people that we want to see in office, because as long as these racist people are in office, as long as we got these biased people in leadership positions, these cops are and racists, they're not going to be held 100% responsible to the fullest extent of the law, as they should be. Because that Derek person, that's why people are still protesting, because we're like third-degree manslaughter. Hell no, he need to be charged with first-degree manslaughter, because he knew what he was doing. He did it intentionally. You don't put your neck on somebody, your knee on your knee, and rub your knee and press your knee into somebody's neck, especially when they keep telling you that they can't hardly breathe, that this man is pleading for his life, and he's telling them they're going to kill me, and he be completely ignored. And not only that, once they had Mr. Floyd handcuffed, why did they put him on the ground anyway? He wasn't being resistant. He wasn't being aggressive. He wasn't being violent. He wasn't doing any of that. This man was 100% compliance. And so there was no reason for them to even have him laying on the ground in the first place. No reason for them to be putting their knee and pinning him up to the ground in the first place. All they had to do, they already had him handcuffed. They could have just put him in the back of the cruiser. Why they didn't do that? Why they didn't follow protocol? So that shows intent. He knew what he was doing. He needed to be charged with first-degree manslaughter. And because he's not being charged with first-degree manslaughter, people are going crazy and they're angry, because too often, if and that's a big if, a cop is arrested for the wrongful death and for murdering a melanin person, rarely do they get the maximum sentence. Rarely do they get the proper charge. They always try to downgrade their charges. They always try to water down their charges. And that's why people are now still so angry, and they're still rioting, because this person got only third-degree manslaughter, which shows that it was not an unintentional killing. No, he intentionally killed this man. He intentionally killed him. So why he doesn't have a first-degree manslaughter charge? Because it was intentional. It was intentional. They can't give him a first-degree murder, because that's premeditated, where you premeditate and you plan out somebody's murder. But they can't give him a first-degree manslaughter charge, because he was clearly aware of what he was doing, and he intentionally suffocated him to death. How did George Floyd die? Asphyxiation, because this cop intentionally killed him. And the fact that they will fire these cops, all four of them, clearly shows that they know that they were wrong and that they didn't follow protocol. So if you already know that they're wrong, why not just go ahead and arrest them? And then people are still upset, because this is another problem. It took 4 days just for him to even get a charge and get arrested. My thing is, had the shoe been on the other foot, have George Floyd killed that cop, they would have had him in custody immediately, the same day and everything. They probably would have had his court. They had a bond hearing and everything. And then they give this cop they give him a bond, $500,000. That's $50,000. If he have a life insurance policy, he can use some of his pension and get out. So that's what I said. Like, it's still no justice. You can't. They're trying to water down and sugarcoat what these officers did. No, these officers need to be charged. All of them need to be charged with first-degree manslaughter. All four, because they all participated. Even though they weren't the ones that necessarily hold the knee, they still participated, because they didn't stop this illegal killing of a person. They watched their comrade murder an innocent man who wasn't even doing anything bad to them. He wasn't even doing anything. Then they crossed the street. They came to pick them up from one side of the street, and then they take them to another side of the street. And you know why I think they did that? Because they didn't think that there was any cameras on the other side. Because if you notice, the cop noticed that it was surveillance cameras. It was cameras right there. So they took him to the other side to try to take him out. If you notice how they took him on the opposite side of the SUV, out from where the videos of those businesses are, they didn't want to be caught on surveillance. So they strategized, they knew. So you know what? That could be a premeditated. So that could still be a first-degree murder charge versus just a first-degree manslaughter. either way, they should both, all four of them need to have life in prison because they killed this man. And they strategized. They knew that cameras was on the surveillance camera was on mounted to these businesses. So they tried to take him out of the range of those surveillance cameras. But thankfully, a lady, she video recorded it with her cell phone. So where they was trying to hide it, they weren't able to hide it. It was because they took him on the opposite side of the vehicle, tried to block out of, to screw their view of those business surveillance camera because they knew what they were doing is illegal and wrong. They knew it. They were clearly aware they were wrong. I'm just so upset right now, and I'm really upset and disappointed with these parents who know their children has been out there acting a damn fool. Y'all need to knock the hell out your kids. You need to turn their asses in. If they stole anything, turn their asses in. If they broke in any businesses, if they were part of breaking into any of those businesses, you need to turn their asses in. Because it's not right. Put yourself in these business owners' shoes. Imagine you had a business and somebody broke in your business and rioted and raided your business and looted all of your merchandise and stuff. That's how you put bread and butter on the table for your children, how you take care of your responsibilities and pay your bills and stuff. These people have real bills to pay. They have real life responsibilities. And you mean to tell me your little bad, snotty-nosed ass brat children have the right to go and destroy that? And you as the parent going to sit up there and sit on your ass and stuff and not tell and report it? Shame on you. What kind of morals are you teaching your children? You're not teaching them nothing because you sitting up there letting it ride like it's cool. Like, oh, well, they'll catch them if they catch them. If they don't catch them, then, oh, well, I ain't turn in my child. I ain't doing that. Especially not right now. Police killing people, children. And again, I can understand that fear, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And had that been your business, you would be pissed off. You would be wanting somebody to turn in the person or the persons that destroy your business. But this is what often happens. People don't care until it happens directly to them. Not even just indirectly. It have to happen directly to them. They have to have a direct effect on them directly. If it doesn't, they don't want to do anything about it. They don't want to be concerned about it. It doesn't concern them. They don't care. And this is why we have the kind of people in office that we have in office. Because y'all asses don't care. Me personally, I can talk all the shit I want. You know why? Because I'm actually preparing myself to run for a state senate position, and be a state senator in the state of Georgia or a commissioner. I'm also a community activist, and I'm an active community activist, even though I have health issues. Guess what? There's still the internet, there's still emails, there's still cell phones. I can call, I can blow up stuff with emails. I go to meetings, and that's another thing. Y'all asses don't take yourselves to these public city meetings. Y'all don't go to the meetings. But y'all got so much to say. You're disgusted with what's going on, but you're not doing anything to be a part of the solution. You're just sitting back bitching and complaining about what needs to happen, what isn't happening, what's wrong, what's not right and stuff. But what are you doing to help be a part of the solution to all of this not right stuff that's happening and going on? What are you doing other than complaining, other than bitching, other than whining? What are you actually doing? So I'm just going to leave it there. People can take it. If somebody get offended by a hit dog will damn holler. That's what my mom said. A hit dog will holler. So if you're guilty of it, then oh well. I can't help that. It's not my fault. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your damn self for being a slack ass. Get mad at yourself for not being a part of the solution. Get mad at yourself for not trying to run for office and fulfill one of these positions as a state senator or governor or other, in the school board, or fill a position in your judicial system, in your juvenile system, in your court, legal system. Don't get mad at me because I'm doing my part. What the hell are your ass doing? I'm just telling you how we can start helping resolve these issues. with this racial injustices by making sure that the people that are in office and in place is going to make those who do this kind of stuff be held 100% liable and accountable, and not water it down, not sugarcoat it, not give them the most minimum sentence available, but give them the maximum sentence available when they have done the maximum kind of bull crap. Like, this is the max. This man killed, suffocated this man to death, suffocated Mr. Floyd to death. He asphyxiated the Nagas. I call it Nagas George. I know. That's what he's a king. Nagas George Floyd. They killed his ass. Murdered. Heartless. And intentionally killed this man. And they get a third degree. The one who had the knee, they're getting only a third degree manslaughter charge. They trying to say, in other words, let me pull it up for y'all who don't know what a damn third degree manslaughter charge is. I'm gonna read it for you all, okay? You can Google this shit yourself. But since I'm already doing this slide, let me go ahead and let you know what a third degree manslaughter charge is. I'm going to read it out to you so you all can know what it is. All right. Okay. Third degree manslaughter charge is an involuntarily act of killing a person with no previous intent, no initial intent, and no afterthoughts of hiding the act of the murder. That is third degree murder. Third degree manslaughter. I mean, guess what? Derek did intentionally kill this man. He intentionally killed him. He intentionally took him out of view of surveillance cameras of businesses to try to obscure the footage and to make sure that he was not video recorded intentionally killing George Floyd. He did, after the fact, hide the murder by lying on the police department, on the police report. They all lied on the police report saying that he was being difficult. It doesn't matter if he was being difficult. They didn't have to kill him. And they claimed he was being, why you couldn't put no mace on him? He was handcuffed on the ground. 3 cops with their knees in his back, one in his neck. And the one that had his knee in his neck continued to keep his knee in his neck for almost 9 consecutive minutes. That's intentional. But third degree manslaughter says that is involuntarily. No, that was voluntarily. Let me show you what the first degree manslaughter charge is so you all can understand. Tell y'all, this is why people still rioting. That's why people are angry. Some are rioting because they're angry. They're truthfully, genuinely angry. But you got some out there that's taking advantage of the situation, out there looting and destroying and vandalizing people's property. I don't agree with that at all. Don't take it out on other people's property. It's not their fault, okay? Now, and you know, a lot of people are like, well, the business owners need to be out here. They need to be protesting and standing up too. And da-da-da-da-da. And these business owners are out here and they're watching people vandalize their business. It'll be real ugly because I'm quite sure some of those business owners will probably pull out their guns and, you know, be ready to shoot and kill. And then what? Innocent people get killed by straight bullets. So that's what you want? I mean, like, come on, whatever. But first degree manslaughter is required. It's the reckless mental state and act where a reasonable, prudent person would know it would likely result in death and does directly cause death. And that is exactly what Derek did. He took an act. He did a reckless act. He did a reckless act knowing it would result to death. That's first degree manslaughter. So I don't understand why the chief of police of Minnesota is only giving this man, Derek, a third degree manslaughter charge. That's why people is angry. Because they're still not making him be held accountable. Don't you know a third degree manslaughter charge? He probably be out in 3 to 4 years, if that. He might serve 2 years and be the rest out on his on probation, supervised, supervised probation, and that's not fair because he intentionally took this man's life. He intentionally killed Mr. George Floyd, Nagus George Floyd. He intentionally killed him. He should be charged with first degree manslaughter. Not second, not third, first degree. Because he intentionally did an act that he knew will result to the death of another person. He thought it through, he premeditated, he was looking at him, and he was intentionally suffocating this man with his knee. And the way you know he was intentionally doing it, because he had a smirk on his face and he was rubbing his knee and pressing. He was rubbing and pressing his knee into his neck while he was doing that. While this man is handcuffed on the ground with his hands behind his back, handcuffed behind his back, being pinned up to the wheel of an SUV and out of the view of the business surveillance camera. See, all of that stuff took place. And I really hope the attorney who is representing Mr. Floyd acknowledges this and exposes this, because that needs to be definitely brought up in the trial. It needs to be brought up because he definitely deliberately killed Nagus Floyd. Yeah. I think he should even get first degree murder, which is deliberately killing someone without planning. First degree, not premeditated first degree, but I think it can still be premeditated first degree too. Just for reasons that I stated, that the fact that they knew that there were surveillance cameras and they intentionally pulled him out of the view of the surveillance cameras of the businesses and intentionally killed this man. It's like they premeditated that shit. They premeditated to take him out of the view of the cameras and suffocated this man to death. That's premeditated because they knew what they were doing. And the fact that they removed him from the view of cameras on businesses shows premeditation. It shows intent. But parents, get your badass children out the street. Stop letting them go out here, fuck up people's businesses and terrorize people's businesses and vandalize people's businesses and do all this crazy looting and destroying more of melanin people's communities. We got enough to deal with. We don't need your little badass children out there doing dumb shit. And then you, if you're a part of it, participating of it, you're a grown ass person, you out there doing it, you definitely should be a damn shame of yourselves. We don't need you out there adding trouble on top of trouble. That's just like pouring gasoline on a damn well-lit fire. Why would you dang on make it explosive by adding gasoline to an already raging fire, by going out here doing this kind of dumb stuff? Why would you do that? That's stupid. And it's careless. It's reckless. And it's not helping us as melanin people build up, because you tear our shit down. You ain't no different than these cops that's going around here tearing us down. You ain't no different than the KKKs that burnt up Black Wall Street. You ain't no different from them, because your ass is out here destroying melanin people's businesses for no damn reason. Because you're mad, or because you're an opportunist taking, advantage of this protest and using it as a way to go and break into people's businesses, to loot people's property, to vandalize people's property. You ain't no better than the damn KKKs and the racist people who burnt down Black Wall Street. You ain't no different from them. Like, damn, come on, get yourselves together. Stop acting so damn stupid and ignorant. Stop doing dumb shit. It's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. You don't have to be out here doing dumb shit. You do it because you want to do it. And you feel like you're entitled to it, like you can. Well, I can. Who gonna stop me? Let me tell you, baby. You're gonna be going in there and trying to mess with the wrong person's business, or somebody gonna see you with somebody's stuff. And just the way you took it from that person, somebody might try to take it from you, and it may just very well cost you your life. And by the way, talking about that, so parents, while your children are out there looting and you being out unconcerned about where your children inside and not trying to go and find and make sure your children isn't out there doing that dumb shit, if some stuffs pop out where people decide they want to start shooting actual real bullets, instead of you going to the jail or juvenile with your child, your ass may be going to the morgue to identify your child. So think about that shit while you letting your children go out here and act all stupid and break into people's businesses. Think about that damn shit. And don't be creating no damn GoFundMe account to raise money to bury their asses. Get your shit together. Have a life insurance policy for your child. Only $5 a damn month. You can't afford that? Whatever. If you're working, if you got money to go out and eat, you got money to get your nails done, you got money to buy all this fake ass hair and shit, and go buy up stuff in the Chinese owned beauty supply businesses out the China done told us that they don't want our asses over there because we bring in viruses and diseases over there, which we know isn't true, but they don't want us over there. But yet it's still your dumb asses all up in their damn stores and stuff, buying up their shit, going into their nail salons, getting your nails done, but you can't afford $5 a month for your child's life insurance policy just in case they get their stupid ass killed because they out here doing dumb shit. I don't care if you don't like what I say. I don't give a fuck. Because you're wrong for allowing your children to go out here, you being all unconcerned. Oh, well, we just gonna go out, we just gonna go downtown. No, the hell your ass in. You gonna sit your ass in this house, you wanna watch it, you watch it on damn TV, but you are not going down here. You're not going out there without me. If I don't go, you're not going. And if we go, you're gonna stay with me at all times. You run off, I'm gonna call the cops on your ass. But no, y'all simple ass, lazy, weak ass parents don't want to do shit. But sit up there and complain and bitch. Instead of knocking some damn sense into your child. My son almost 20 years old. I would still knock the fire out of his ass if he was out there doing some dumb shit like that. I wouldn't care. Sick or not sick. Guess what? I don't care. I will find a way to get out there. I'll get a bat or something. I would come out there and be hitting a damn home run in his ass. I would knock his head out the ballpark if he was out there doing some dumb, stupid shit like that. And he taller than me too. My son's 6'1". Almost 6'2", because he's still growing. And I don't care. I would knock his ass out. And your parents just sitting there all content. And let your children run the street rapid and crazy with all this crazy stuff going on. And then the time a cop is forced, or one of these business owners are forced to shoot at your damn child, and that bullet happens to kill your child, then you want to be hollering lawsuits and shit. Get control over your damn house. How about that? That's what you do. Get control over your damn house. And get your ass out there in the damn voting poll. Become involved with your community. Make sure the people in your community, all these people in the leadership departments, in positions in your jurisdiction are doing a damn job. Make their asses be held liable and accountable. Let me tell you, I've been blocked. My email, I had to create another email address because they don't block two of my email addresses because I stay on their ass. I stay on the people's ass in my community, in my jurisdiction. I know every board of director. I know every community activist. I know in my jurisdiction. I know the mayors. I know the chief of police. I know the chief of firemen. I know all of them. I know who our commissioners are. You know why? Because I stay in their inboxes. I stay aware. I stay alert. Where everybody got, y'all can keep up with Cardi B. Y'all can keep up with TMZ. Y'all can keep up with all of this other shit. But you don't even know who in the hell is running your damn city, your state, your county. Y'all don't know hardly any of those people. You probably don't even know one person's name. You don't even know who the damn principal is of your son or daughter's school. You don't even know who the damn board of director is of education in the school district your child is in. That's a damn problem. Shows where your mindset is and your priorities are. Get your act together. Get your shit together. You get to damn fucking together, and then we can help resolve all of this racist injustice. If you get off your ass and start doing something about it other than complaining and keep saying, well, they're gonna do what they want to do. There ain't nothing we can do about it. Bullshit. It is a lot that we can do about it. It's just the fact that a lot of melanin people are lazy as fuck and don't want to do anything when it comes to stuff like this. They don't want to be proactive. They don't want to be active. They don't want to be engaged. They don't want to get out of their comfort zone. If they can't sit behind their in their home behind their doors and press some buttons and scroll and and tweet and laugh at funny memes, they can't do all of that stuff. They don't want to be bothered. And yes, I just said that. I sure hell did. I said it because it's damn fucking true. And I don't care who don't like it. Truth always hurt. Truth always hurt. But you know who it only hurts? The truth only hurts those who are guilty. If you're not guilty of it, it don't hurt you. It's not going to affect you. You'll be like, but if it's hurting you, if it's affecting you, that's because your ass have guilt about it. Because you know that your ass is guilty of a lot of the stuff or some of the things that I just stated. It's true. Let me show y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? So you all can know how active I really am with the community. Okay? I'm going to show you how active I am in my community. Senator Perdue, I stay in touch with him. The mayor, the Cobb County Tax Commissioner Director, I stay in contact with him. Excuse me. City of Stone Mountain, Mayor's Office, Chief Police, Fireman. I stay the CEO, Michael Turbin. I stay in touch with all of these people. You know why? The council and the council Stone Mountain, I keep in contact with all these people. I stay in tune. I stay connected with them. And you know why? Because we need to. You need to know who's running your damn city. Know what's going on. If they're not doing their job right, you put them on blast. Our tax dollar pay for their asses. They're not doing what they need to be doing. They need to be damn fired. I'm just upset. I'm disappointed. And I'm going to be honest. It took me a long time to really wake the hell up. It took me a while to wake up. And stop being so self-absorbed and me, my I mentality, be my I. Took me to go through some shit to wake up and not be like that. So I do understand. But I also understand that don't work. You will never get too far like that with that kind of mindset mentality, because I'm going to tell you something. Whether we realize it or not, it takes us all to make this world go round. And how it goes around determines on us what we do, what we don't do, what we engage in, what we don't engage in, how we live our lives, how we don't live our lives. It does have a big effect. I'm sorry to all of the business owners out there, especially women business owners. Men too, of course, but especially for women, because it's really hard for women. It's really hard for us, especially women who are single mothers, single parents, especially for more than one child. With just my one, it was really rough. So if you have more than one and you're a single parent and you out there and and especially if you manage to get your own business and stuff, and you got things in order in your life, and then you got these assholes coming, these little bad snotty nosed badass kids coming in and tearing up your business, and some of these adults who are stupid and just opportunists and have no kind of morale about themselves, tearing up people's business, looting in people's businesses and stuff. My heart goes out to you all. And if I was a multi-millionaire, I mean like a real multi-millionaire, like all up past 500 million plus dollars, I would be helping some of you guys. I really would. I would try to make help y'all out. I would try to give 50,000 or 100,000. I would try to do something. So it's sad. It's sad. It's terrible. And I know a lot of parents have seen some of their children on TV. I know they have, because I know people are watching. They watch the riot. And I know people see people that they know. They see family members, friends, loved ones, or people that they know who they are, even if they're not personal friends or anything. They know who they are, and they're not even saying anything. They're not even trying to report it. If I saw it, I'd report your ass. Let me see anybody on there that I see doing and looting and vandalizing and stealing people's property and destroying people's property. Let me see any of their asses. I'm calling the cops on them. I don't give a fuck. I will call the cops. Because guess what? They didn't give a fuck about wrecking people's business, looting people's business, breaking and vandalizing into people's business. They didn't give a damn. So why should I give a damn about them when they don't give a damn about nobody else? They don't care about the position they put that business owner in. They don't care about the position they put in taxpayers in by destroying the damn city and tearing the damn city up and destroying the city. They don't give a damn because our tax dollars got to pay for the stuff that they destroy that belongs to the city. Our tax dollars pay that. Georgia taxpayers, we're paying for that. If they're in California, they rising and tearing up shit and vandalizing it. That's what taxpayers, if you're a taxpayer, guess what? They taking money from you. They destroying money. It's like them coming into your home, taking all your money out the bank, setting a light to it, setting it on fire, burning it up. That's what they're doing to your money, or ripping your money up. That's what they're doing to your money. But y'all don't give a fuck. A lot of y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. Because it's not hitting home, directly home with you. But you better be careful because you don't know. Just like you can see a person today, they could be gone tomorrow. They could be gone tonight. You don't damn know. Anyway, I'm done. Y'all take care. Thank you for watching, you guys. I don't know who all was watching, or if anybody left any comments. For some reason, Facebook had this thing where I don't see comments and I don't see messages. Let me go right here. Okay, I press comment and all it's showing is for me to leave a comment. But I can't see who's commenting, if anybody's commenting. I don't, nope. And I'm strolling, and it's not, as you all can see, I'm strolling, and it's not showing me anything. So for anybody who's watched, thank you all. I know you guys do not see me just act a fool like this, but I'm just really upset and pissed off at people complaining about shit and don't want to be part of the solution. And then when they see, and then some of the same people who know that see the problems, they're not being a part of the solution. They're being part of the problem by engaging and doing reckless shit. This stuff, we have to stop this mentality and this they're going to do what they want to do mentality and stuff like that. As long as you don't do anything or try to really do anything, and you have to be consistent. Key word, consistency. You have to be consistent with it. There's not going to be change. People give up. I never seen a bunch of quitters in my life. Damn. People, I know people that would be in a badass marriage or a relationship. They would be in a very volatile and even abusive relationship. And they'll stay in that shit for 15 plus years, going through all kind of hell, back and forth to jail, back and forth to court, in and out of the hospital from getting their eyes black or their bones broken by a significant other or spouse. They'll go through all that turmoil and have no problem with it. But they don't want to, when it comes to standing up against these racist injustices and standing up to their community leaders, they got a problem with that. That's too much work. That's just too much effort. But you could get knocked upside your damn head, or you could be in a tumultuous relationship for years and a dysfunctional relationship, but you're perfectly fine with that shit. Something's wrong with your mindset. Something's wrong with your priorities. Something's wrong with your psyche, baby. Get yourself together. Let's get it together. Let's pull it together. Let's get it together. Let's pull it together. Let's work together so we can resolve these issues together. Because we got to do it together. It can't be one person can't do it. We have to work collectively, and we have to be like the ants. We have to work together in precision and in order and in cooperation. And most importantly, consistently. Consistency. You guys have a good weekend. I'm angry right now. I'm just really upset. And I'm grateful at the same time. I'm so grateful that I didn't have to be one of those parents to see their child on TV doing crazy shit. Because I probably wouldn't even be sitting right here doing this video. I'd probably be in jail for knocking his ass out. Like, seriously, I would be probably incarcerated or making bond for knocking his ass out. As a matter of fact, they probably wouldn't even lock me up. They'd probably be like, that's good. You're a good mom. I'm glad you came out here and knocked the hell out your child for doing some dumb shit. They probably wouldn't even lock me up. But to your parents, if you're scared of your child, guess what? Your child don't need to be in your house. If you're scared of a human being that you gave birth and gave life to, if you're afraid that they will do some kind of bodily harm or physical harm to you or kill you, you don't need them in your house any damn way. I'd be damned if I'm going to be living in my own home and scared of my child. Fuck that. They're going to get the fuck out. They're going to ship up or ship out. It's going to be those only two choices. And I don't care what the state or county or whoever got to say about it. My child ain't finna be in my house bullying me and intimidating me and making me fear for my life. Hell no. You don't want to cooperate and you think you're going to bully me and push me around and be disrespectful and abusive to me? Oh, hell no. I put a bullet. I'm playing that shit. You ain't finna put your hands on me. You raise your hands up on me. That arm is gone. As soon as you raise it up, I'm chopping that bitch off with a machete. Okay? Act stupid if you want to. I'll show you food. I will show you food. That's wrong with some of you parents. They haven't shown their children food. Show your child complete, absolutely out of your mind, blacked out food. If they're doing that kind of stuff to you, they trying to be abusive to you and trying to run your house. Lose your damn mind. Go straight AWOL cuckoo on them, okay? But you don't let your child push you around. You don't never let your children push you around. They get too much for you, and there's too many of them. Guess what? You got to do what you got to do. It's not giving up on your child, but you don't sit there and let your child put you 6 feet in the grave. You never let your child put you 6 feet in no damn fucking grave. Because they out here being abusive and want to push you around and be aggressive and violent towards you. Hell no, you better put me in no grave because you out here doing dumb shit and trying to do dumb shit to me. No, you're not doing that. Nope. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Parents, y'all got to start being built different. Y'all got to start being built different. All right. Y'all take care. God bless. One love. Peace. And thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. I got to go check on my mom. Make sure she's okay. I'm so glad she's at the hospital. And I'm going to go cook some chicken for her and my son because I don't eat meat.